The following programming is EI, educational and informative.
Today on Mystery Hunters.
We're unlocking mysterious codes and the secrets they keep.
A bronze disc was dug up in Germany. Knowledge of this mystical object gave one person the power. Can I decipher its strange markings and unleash that power too?
And I'm headed to Guatemala to pass through the secret entrance to a lost Mayan city where everyone suddenly vanished, leaving nothing but a bunch of secret codes. Here it is, the Mayan code. What terrible secret does it hold?
Doubting Dave shows how to send your own secret messages to your friends in a code no one can crack.
Araya used the stick.
Wait a minute. Araya, help.
This is Mystery Hunters.
We'll be right back with more Mystery Hunters. We now return to Mystery Hunters.
I'm heading deep into the jungle to a lost city. Another day, another dark tunnel leading deep underground. Many years ago, an ancient people used this tunnel, and I'm gonna follow in their footsteps. Bats. At least these aren't vampire bats like the ones I saw in Transylvania. The exit must be around here somewhere. There it is, Tikal. It's an abandoned city hidden in the Guatemala jungle. This place was once a busy city with palaces, temples, ball courts, and wide avenues. 100,000 Mayan people lived here over 1,000 years ago. Then suddenly, everybody vanished. The city was abandoned and forgotten for 1,000 years, as if the jungle had just swallowed it up. I wonder why. Tikal was a lost city until explorers discovered it 150 years ago. They found monuments covered with strange symbols. Here it is, the Mayan code. Do these symbols hide the secret of what happened to Tikal? They're like little pictures. Maybe they tell a story. Everyone's gone. If I can crack that code, I can find out where they all went.
Buenos días, Araya.
Hola, Federico. Federico Facen is an archaeologist. He studied these secret codes. Well, what do the symbols tell us about the Mayans that lived here?
Well, they tell us, for example, that they were excellent astronomers.
The Mayan king used these codes to look at the stars and predict the changing of the seasons. That's how they figured out when to plant their crops. I guess they were a peaceful people who worshiped the stars. So why did they disappear from their city? Federico told me about an important clue I could see at the museum.
Araya, this is the best preserved monument in Tikal. It's one of my favorites. See this little hand and the other two glyphs? They represent the word for death in war.
Did something horrible cause the Mayans to flee? Maybe I can find out from the ones that escaped.
Thousands of years ago, there lived a people, and those people made themselves an object of power. And that object gave them control over the crops, over the stars, and over time itself. 5 years ago, a mysterious bronze disc was discovered right here, near the town of Nebra in eastern Germany. It was covered with strange symbols. Archaeologists figure it's almost 4,000 years old. When they dug the disc out of the ground, they knew right away it was something special and unusual. What did you find here, Doctor?
Wir sind hier auf einem heiligen Platz, auf einem
He tells me it was a very sacred spot. They found the graves of over 1,000 people here, where the disc was uncovered. They even found a king buried here. The grave of a king. Wow. It must have been a very special disc to have been buried here. Where's the disc now?
You can see the disc now nearby in the Museum of Prehistory in Halle.
Now, this very valuable object is kept locked up under high security here at the Halle Museum. But I'm gonna get to see it. Can I touch it?
Yes, if you wear gloves, you can touch it.
Sure. I'm gonna touch the magic disc. Can I unlock its ancient powers?
Mystical objects are often used by wizards and magicians to help them with their tricks. But sometimes magic words are all they need. Alex Trebek. 14-year-old Christopher Rupert of St. John, New Brunswick wants to know if this kind of magic is real. Take a look on the Mystery Illustrator. Dear Doubting Dave, I've seen magic spells done in movies and on TV. But are the spells real, or are they all fake? Well, Christopher, let's ask expert magician Nemo Turner. Nemo, are magic spells real?
No.
There you have it. Now, there are people who say they can do magic, like spells to control things around them, or potions that can affect people's minds and bodies. But even after thousands of years of people claiming they can do these things, no one has ever proven it. So why do people still believe them? 2 reasons. First, if you want to believe in something, you'll do anything to convince yourself it's true. So if you have a crush on a girl, and someone who claims he has magical powers gives you a love potion to spray on her, then the next day the girl says she likes you, you might assume it was magic, even though it could just as easily have been a coincidence. Second, anything we don't understand can seem like magic. So when people see something they can't explain, they often assume it's supernatural, even when there's a perfectly logical explanation. So, Christopher, to answer your question, real magic spells only exist in fiction and fairy tales. But thanks for the great email.
And cut.
Okay, thanks, Dave. That's it for today, everybody.
You think they believed us?
Definitely.
Lunch?
Sounds good.
We'll be right back with more Mystery Hunters.
Family taco night is a heartburn night you can plan for. But surprise pizza at the office means heartburn you didn't expect. Zantac works when you need it. It relieves or prevents heartburn in as little as 30 minutes and lasts up to 12 hours. Zantac. Eat your way, treat your way.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No,
We now return to Mystery Hunters.
Once, this disc gave power to the person who used it. Now, 4,000 years later, archaeologists have dug it up. And I'm gonna find out what that power really is. It's heavy.
It's astonishing.
Maybe I can figure out the power it had if I bring it back to the site where it was found.
It's too valuable. This is the original.
They won't let me take the real disc with me. It's too valuable. But they have an exact copy.
You can take this replica with you. It would be a good idea to go with this to Gorsek and other sacred area. Maybe you feel the power there.
Here at Gorsek, they're also digging up something powerful from the past. But you have to go up high to see what it is. Archaeologist Dr. Peter Beal is filling me in.
Yeah, we found a 7,000 years old site.
I'm seeing the outline of something that used to be here thousands of years ago. This is what it was. Something that looked like a fort with 3 gates. What were the gates used for?
To observe the winter solstice.
The high priest would stand in the center. On the day of the year when he'd see the sun come directly up through one of the gates, he'd know it was the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. This thing is kind of a giant calendar. Could the disc work the same way? Could this have been used as a calendar as well?
It could be. Just imagine here at this corner, the eastern gate over there for the sunrise. And then on this side, you have the western gate of the sunset. You would have to go back to Nepra, and then you will see what this secret is all about.
I have to take this disc back to where it was found and use it the same way the ancient people did.
That is Mount Brocken.
The sun is supposed to set behind there on June 21st, the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. It's August now, so if this disc really is a calendar, the sun should set pretty close to the mountain, near the beginning of this arc. Look, it's working. That's so cool. I guess this disc really was some sort of calendar. But what about the different symbols? I bet they have some sort of purpose. They kind of look like stars and moons. What did those ancient people see in the night sky that gave the disc its power? To unleash the full power of the disc, I'm gonna have to use it at night.
Why did the ancient people of the lost city of Tikal suddenly disappear? These strange symbols tell stories of death and war. But why did the Mayans go to war? This is one of their paintings. It looks like they're celebrating violence and death. Could they have started a war that led to their downfall?
Oh, yes, they were great warriors. I'll show you a monument that has all of the symbols there.
Okay.
This is a portrait of a great warrior. He was a king.
Frederico tells me that the Mayan kings would send their people to war because they wanted human blood to offer to their gods. They believed it was the most precious gift they could give. And in return, the gods would make their lives better. When Venus would appear in the sky, the Mayans would go to war in search of blood for their gods. So the Mayans waged star wars. Venus was their Death Star. Could the Mayans have died in a series of bloody battles? Is that what put an end to this fantastic city? Well, guess what? Some people survived what happened here. I can find out from their relatives who are living today what really happened in Tikal. Doubting Dave.
Hey, Araya, are you back from Guatemala?
Yeah, and I'm sending you images of the Mayan glyphs in case you want to examine them in your lab. These things look so complicated. How did anyone ever decipher them?
Well, sometimes codes that look complicated have very simple solutions.
In fact, I can show you how to send coded messages to your friends that no one else will ever figure out.
Doubting Dave, are you okay? Hello? That's weird.
Delivery from Doubting Dave.
Thanks. Is this the code he was talking about? It just looks like chicken scratches. How am I supposed to decipher these things?
Araya, let go of your conscious mind and use the force. I mean the stick.
The stick? Oh. That's amazing. But how do you make it?
Well, first, you wrap a strip of paper at an angle down a rod so that the edges are touching. Then, you write your message along the rod.
Then, when you unwind it, the message looks like gibberish. Unless you know the secret. Wait a minute. Araya, help.
It's about time.
Doubting Dave?
Araya, help! Don't just stand there, get a ladder.
We'll be right back with more Mystery Hunters.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Find fun activities to do, like boating and biking, or camping and hiking, plus much more. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
We now return to Mystery Hunters.
This ancient disc seemed to give a person magic powers. But how? Could the answer be in the stars? It has markings on it that look like stars.
I think the answer could be in the night sky.
Maybe I can match something I see on the disc with something that I see in the sky.
Nothing seems to match. But maybe the stars have changed over the last 4,000 years.
On the nighttime, of course, they watch very closely the stars.
Dr. Schlosser studies the sky.
What do all the symbols on the disc mean?
Here, a group of stars.
He shows me 7 special stars on the disc. And they have a name, the Pleiades.
So the people who made the disc saw these 7 stars when they looked up at the sky, and that's what they put on the disc. Can you still see the Pleiades in the sky today?
Yes.
He shows me what the Pleiades look like in the sky today. Almost the same.
The young moon and the Pleiades, when they were together in the evening sky, it was the beginning of the farmer's year, the agricultural year.
I get it. When they saw those special stars and the new moon in the night sky, then they knew what time of year it was.
So the Nebra disc is in fact the oldest map of the sky?
Yes.
But what was so important about knowing what time of year it was? I found the answer in a farmer's field.
The disc of Now constellation, as it appears in the night sky in mid-March, is that an important time of year for you?
Ja, zur damaligen Zeit.
He tells me it's a very important year. When he crops. Plant your crops at the wrong time, they might die.